So yesterday we spent a little time talking about our testimony, and then Pastor Peter has talked about what it means to find your helper suitable.
琴日咧我就講咗我點樣同大家認識啊故事嘅少少嘅見證啦。咁之後咧就 Pastor Peter 亦都講咗咧喺聖經裏邊咧點樣去揾呢個 helper。其實咧我翻去再翻譯咧，其實個 helper 唔單止係一個幫助者，好似一個合夥嘅伙伴，即係一個合作嘅伙伴。
And so he's going to share more about that today.
咁下一半咧就Pastor Peter 咧會再講點樣揾一個合適你嘅伙伴咧，一齊去行你人生嘅路。
So the Bible calls us to be wise, to be aware of the world and the times of the world.
咁咧就聖經裏邊咧講得好清楚咧，知道咧喺呢個世界裏邊、世代裏邊咧有好多唔同嘅攻擊啊同埋衝擊嘅。
One of the most confused words in the world is this one, love.
其中一樣最大嘅衝擊咧喺呢個世界上咧，就係呢個愛嘅意思同埋呢個真理啊！喺呢個世界我哋面對。
So how many of you know the New Testament was written in which language?
你知唔知道新約嘅聖經所用嘅係咩嘅語言去寫出嚟㗎？
Greek.
冇錯，係希臘文，冇錯。
Yeah, if you look into the Greek language,
我哋睇睇呢個希臘文裏邊所講嘅愛啊。
There are 4 words for love.
有4種唔同嘅愛咧喺呢個希臘文裏邊。
The first one is storge, which is family love, the love of mother for child and the child's love for the parents.
咁第一種咧就 storage 啦，就係呢個種咧就好似媽媽或者父母對仔女嘅愛一樣。
It's very natural. That love is really very natural.
呢個咧就係一個好自然嘅愛嚟嘅，係好與生俱來就有啦。
The Bible talks about that type of love.
聖經有講到咧呢一個愛係點樣出現同埋係咩樣。
The parents are willing to give everything to the children.
其實父母咧真係願意咧去俾任何嘢咧，去令到我哋下一代或者個仔女咧係能夠成長啦，能夠好好嘅生活下去。
They don't expect the children to give them something.
與此同時咧，呢種愛咧其實都係唔會諗住仔女會俾翻回報翻俾父母。
It's very pure and natural love.
呢個係一個好純正同埋一個咧好自然嘅愛嚟。
Then there is this word philia, which is friendly love.
另外一種嘅愛咧喺希臘文裏邊，我哋 philia 裏邊咧就好似啲朋輩或者啲朋友嘅愛一樣。
This is eros, is a Greek word. We find in English words like erotic. Those words come from this word eros. It means romantic love or sexual love.
第三種嘅愛咧就叫 eros 咁我哋喺我哋英文翻嚟咧，好 erotic 就好似一種激情嘅愛或者一種浪漫嘅愛喺我哋咧經常有，亦都涉及到有性方面嘅愛。
It always has to do mainly to a great extent with the attraction of body.
呢個愛咧好大嘅一個部分咧就係因為外表嘅吸引咧，令到呢種愛咧就會產生出嚟。
And it is related to sexual desire and then mating and dating and marriage.
呢度咧就頭先我講一樣啦，呢種嘅愛咧係同我哋嗰種性嗰種嘅情慾嗰種愛咧有好大嘅關係嘅，係一種吸引嘅。就係因為你係想要有下一代啦，所以咧就發生個關係之後咧，就一種性嘅一種嘅吸引嘅愛。
And then you have agape. This is the word for love used in the Bible.
咁最後一種咧就喺希臘文所用嘅就係叫 agape，就係亦都係聖經所講嘅第4種嘅愛。
Now listen very carefully.
呢度要聽清楚。
In the New Testament, you find this word agape, love, selfless love, love of God, all the time.
你喺聖經新約裏邊咧，你會經常揾到agape，就係一種無條件嘅一個嘅愛去愛。喺聖經裏邊咧，經常有去講到呢種嘅愛。
You also find this word philia.
你另外亦都揾到philia 咧，你呢種嘅愛咧喺聖經裏邊咧都有出現過。
But you never find this word eros in the New Testament.
但係咧喺聖經新約裏邊咧 ，eros 呢種 romantic 或者浪漫嘅愛咧，就好似冇出現過啦。
In fact, according to the Greek dictionary lexicon,
喺呢個希臘嘅一個字典裏邊咧，去講到呢個 lexicon 呢個字咧。
this word eros, sexual love, is never used in the New Testament. instead of this word, the word which is used is epithumia, which means lust.
咁咧就呢度好清楚講咗咧，原來咧呢個 eros 咧呢個性方面或者情慾方面嘅愛咧，從來都冇喺新約嘅聖經裏邊咧用過嘅。咁咧反而咧佢用咗一個字咧 ephilipian 咧就 lux 嘅英文咧就好似一種荒淫嘅一個態度咧去形容呢個字。
Now listen very carefully. Another thing, eros among the Greeks was actually a demon, a god.
好啦，我哋要好小心留意啦。eros 原來喺呢個希臘文裏邊點樣走出嚟咧？就係原來係由呢個魔鬼有一種偶像嘅人去形容呢啲咁樣嘅愛出現。
And this demon actually was not just among the Greeks, but among almost every culture in the world you go, this eros was there.
所以咧呢一種咧係一種撒旦或者魔鬼裏邊形容嘅愛。我唔單止喺呢個希臘裏邊啊，其實喺任何其他嘅國家或者嘅文化裏邊咧，出咗呢一種嘅愛咧，都係出於個惡者嗰個出現嘅。
In India, you call him Kama Devata.
喺印度咧叫迦爹嘅球咧，都係好似 eros 呢個咁嘅愛。
The God of love.
呢個係好似愛神一樣，好似好靚嘅名一樣。
So this word is never used for our God.
喺我哋聖經裏邊，我哋嘅信仰裏邊咧，從來都冇用 eros 呢個字。
It's not even used in the Bible.
呢個咁嘅字咧，亦都冇喺聖經裏邊咧出現過。
The word in the Bible that is used is agape, which is it's very purely biblical word.
呢個亦都好清楚咧，就我哋用講愛嘅時候咧，喺新約聖經咧就係用阿加皮呢個字咧，係個純正聖經嘅一個真愛，冇條件嘅愛。
And in relationship to marriage, it says, husbands, agape, your wives, even as Christ also agape the church.
咁你喺呢個以弗所書5章25節咧，亦都大家應該好熟悉嘅就係要形容咧，丈夫要愛妻子咧，呢種愛嘅妻子嘅愛咧，就係阿加皮嘅愛，就係一種無私嘅愛，就好似咧基督愛教會一樣咧，就係用一個阿加皮無私嘅愛佢。
Now today, if you go outside the church, no matter what psychologists all will talk about marital love as eros love. They'll never talk about it as agape love.
好啦，如果今晚你離開咗呢個咁樣嘅特會，你去出邊去聽任何嘅一啲嘅婚姻嘅教導嘅時候咧，佢講嗰個愛咧，從來都唔係呢個阿加皮嘅愛，佢哋係用呢個 eros 一種咧嘅愛。頭先我哋講咗啦，一種情慾嘅愛咧去形容嘅。
So please remember, agape purely Christian biblical word.
咁阿加皮好明顯咧，就只有基督教嘅喺聖經裏邊咧，我哋先會用嘅一種嘅愛。
If you don't know what is the meaning of this love, just please read 1 Corinthians chapter 13.
如果你唔知啦，你就要去睇翻啦呢個
哥林多前書。
前書13章，前書13章就會講愛篇嗰度啦。
Now another word is used, filial.
另一種愛咧有講到咧係菲利腳字嘅 filial。
It is friendship love.
呢個咧就係一個朋輩或者朋友嘅一種嘅愛。
And even this word is now missing in our world.
就算現在嘅社會咧，都好多時我忘記咗呢一種嘅朋輩或者朋友嘅愛。
A very great man of God, his name was C.S. Lewis, probably some of you know. He was a professor of English in Cambridge.
一個英國好多以前嘅一個好出名嘅一個叫 C.S. Lewis 嘅一個教授啦，佢係一個好虔誠嘅一個學者啦，基督教學者。
He actually said this word filial, this love is actually disappearing from our societies today.
佢喺好多年前咧，佢係呢個劍橋教授嘅時候咧，佢都話呢一種叫 filial 嘅愛咧，其實咧喺佢嗰陣時嘅時代咧，都已經失去咗啦，已經冇呢種愛嘅存在。
You know, if two boys today are holding hands and walking, people will have something wrong in their mind.
好，打個比喻，如果今日咧有兩個年青人咧，兩隻拖住手喺度行街嘅時候咧，啲人就會諗會唔會有啲問題呢？兩個人。
If two girls are walking, holding their hands together, some people will start thinking something negative in them.
同樣，如果係兩個女仔一路嘅翹住手或者拖住手行街咧，啲人就會諗下會有啲好負面嘅嘢，諗下佢哋發生咩事。
It's very difficult for them to think that this type of love even exists.
好多人咧都忘記咗咧，其實聖經有講咧呢一種咁樣嘅 filial 嘅愛咧存在嘅。
So Titus 2:4 it says, "Teach the young women to be sober, to filial their husbands, to filial their children.
咁啊呢度咧 Titus 咧有第2章4節有講到，要教我哋嘅年青嘅女士咧，要去咧有一種 filial 嘅愛咧，去愛我哋嘅丈夫啦，同埋愛我哋嘅下一代，我哋嘅仔女。
That is, love your husband like your friend.
好似咧愛你個丈夫咧，好似你個知己一樣。
Cherish your husband as if he's your best friend.
啊，你要咧欣賞你個丈夫或者你配偶咧，好似你一個最好嘅一個朋友一樣。
Love your children also like your friend.
我哋咧對我哋嘅仔女咧嘅愛，同樣都係好似對朋友嘅愛一樣咁愛佢哋。
Don't be a terrorist to your children.
唔好咧做直升機嘅父母啦，或者做一個好似令到仔女好恐懼嘅父母啊。
Bible says don't provoke your children to anger.
啊，聖經好清楚講啦，我哋唔好以生我哋兒女嘅氣啊。
Don't try to be a military officer at home.
唔好喺屋企裏邊咧軍訓我哋啲仔女啊。
But of course, they need to understand authority.
但係咧，佢哋都知道咧有啲咩應該要做，有咩唔做嘅，應該要教導佢哋嘅。
Wife needs to respect her husband.
啊，我哋嘅妻子咧係要尊重我哋嘅丈夫啦。
Children need to respect their parents.
啊，我哋嘅仔女都要咧尊敬我哋嘅父母啦。
So all of this is in that beauty of that word love.
嗱呢個咧就喺呢個愛裏邊咧包含咗呢啲一切好多好重要嘅嘢。
Why am I saying all of these things?
我今日點解要講同你哋講咁多關於呢啲關於愛裏邊嘅嘢咧？
Because this is one of the biggest confusion that has actually entered into the church from the world.
嗱呢個咧，因為喺呢個我哋今日嘅教會裏邊咧，有好多嘅誤解啊，對呢個真正嘅愛咧喺社會裏邊咧被侵佔咗或者被污染咗啦，所以咧我要解釋多少少俾你聽。
This demon eros is actually even confusing the minds of Christians.
哦，呢個惡者咧，正正用 eros 呢個字咧，頭先呢一種咁嘅愛咧，去污染咗我哋嘅思維啊，對我哋去同人談戀愛嘅時候咧，我哋都用呢一種咁樣嘅情慾嘅愛咧，去愛我哋身邊嘅人。
You just look at this Greek sculpture, architecture. They were so much engrossed, addicted to the beauty of the human body.
你就睇到咧，如果你哋有機會去到希臘咧，或者睇一啲歷史咧，佢哋嗰啲像咧，全部咧都係用一啲赤身露體啦，或者用好多身體咧去表達對對方嘅愛嘅一啲嘅表現。咁呢個咧同我哋聖經嘅教導咧就完全係相違背嘅，亦都冇提到嘅。
And when the Christian gospel came to Rome, then for around 1200 years, all of these eros almost disappeared.
咁當個新約時代嚟嘅時候咧，呢一種嘅聖經愛咧嚟到呢啲羅馬時代嘅時候咧，好多呢啲咁樣嘅 eros 啊情慾上嘅愛，或者一啲唔係有肉體上愛咧，就因為用真理咧就蓋過晒佢哋，佢亦都咧唔再存在喺嗰個年代嘅有段時間。
The pastor is actually a history teacher.
啊，呢個我哋主任牧師咧都係一個歷史嘅教歷史嘅一個老師嚟嘅。
So in Europe, beginning in the 14th and 15th century, people began to become more interested in Greek religion, Greek architecture, Greek philosophy once again.
咁喺14、15世紀嘅時候咧，呢個希臘裏邊嘅歷史或者希臘嘅發展咧，當時咧就吸引咗好多嘅人咧，去想去了解多啲佢哋嘅文化、佢哋嘅背景嘅喺嗰個年代嗰個14、15世紀嘅時候。
And from that time onwards, you can see eros becoming big in the world.
所以喺嗰陣時開始咧，你就睇到呢個 eros 呢個情慾上嘅愛咧，喺呢個西方裏邊咧不斷咧係發展咧，就一路落去到好到現在嘅時間。
You can look at the pictures and you can understand a lot just by looking at the picture.
你睇到呢啲圖畫咧，你就知道咧當時嘅發展咧由14、15世紀一路落到20、21世紀嘅情況。
All this era, Shakespeare era and Romanticism era, all about emotion. This was not so much, but you come to the 18th, 19th century, so much focus on feeling. Feeling is the most important thing.
喺16、17世紀嘅時候，莎士比亞年代咧，其實羅馬歐洲裏大家好熟啦。嗰陣時都已經開始有呢個 eros 個心態，但係就唔係好嚴重。但係去到呢個18、19世紀咧就好犀利啦，越嚟越多咧，但係着重咗咧喺個肉體上嘅一個情慾上嘅一個嘅吸引。
感覺嚇咁。
Do whatever your heart tells you to do. Follow your feelings.
主要咧，你個感覺覺得你需要去有一種發泄嘅時候咧，你就去用你個感覺去做啦，唔需要去尷尬，唔需要有任何嘅藉口啊。總之就去發泄啦。
During this time, you have this new idea. Love is blind.
咁嗰個年代咧有一句咧，大家好出名嘅講啊，愛咧就係盲目嘅。其實可能年代係好多時講呢句説話，甚至現在好多人講呢句説話。
This is the result.
就係因為咁嘅緣故咧，好多呢啲咁嘅事情咧發生咗啦，呢啲咁嘅愛。
This is a picture of Hong Kong guy.
呢度咧呢張咧係一個香港嘅人咧去攞張相出嚟。
We hope this guy will find Jesus.
This is not a real lady，
This is a doll.
Yeah, exactly. 我啱啱都唔係好肯定嗰個係一個真人定唔係真人。原來嗰個男仔係同一個公仔，一個女嘅公仔一齊咧，有一種咁親密嘅感覺，甚至而家有啲人咧去同個公仔結婚添啦。
係啊 ，yes。
And he has a daughter also now.
佢唔單止佢有佢嘅婚姻，佢仲要咧生個公仔嘅女啊，就係佢哋嘅下一代。
All kinds of things now.
呢度咧淨係搞到個社會好混亂啊！你真係睇到都好驚嚇啊！
The most important, focus on your desire.
呢個咧就淨係去就去睇自己嘅感覺，睇自己嘅感受，我哋嘅情慾係想點，就淨係諗呢樣嘢。
And so it's very difficult. Families, the very concept of family is collapsing.
所以咧，對一個好傳統嘅一個家庭嘅觀念咧，係完全咧好似被拆毀咗啦，冇咗啦。
The very concept of marriage is completely disturbed.
對一個好傳統嘅一個婚姻嘅一個真理一個理念咧，係完全係歪曲咗啦。
And today, the issue, especially in Asia now, of course in Europe, also now in Asia, your desire has become your identity.
咁喺21世紀咧，呢度咧有一個名言咧，就係話你嘅慾念咧就係你代表自己嗰個身份啊。
Someone is male, someone is female, someone is some other thing, and there are so many genders.
所以咧有好多嘅別嘅性別啊，有啲人男性又變女性，女性變男性啦，甚至好多嘅好混亂嘅性別會走出嚟。
Modern minds have been corrupted and enslaved by eros.
所以我哋嘅一個年代嘅思維啊，我哋思想咧係已經俾呢個 eros 咧係完全感染咗，係破壞咗，令我迷惑咗我哋嘅思想啦。
More emphasis on romantic feeling.
好多咧淨係掛住咧一種好羅曼蒂克嘅感覺。
They say in their heart, Jesus is God, but Jesus has to give them the feelings.
呢個咧雖然係上帝係我哋嘅主，但係咧上帝應該都會俾我哋呢一個咁樣嘅感覺出現嘅。
I met one student once who said, was asking me, I don't feel God at all. I believe God, but I never feel God. I never feel God.
直至我喺教書嘅時候，啲學生同我講，我從來都冇感受到上帝嘅存在，上帝嘅同在，我冇感覺到啊。
Let me tell you, God is not God of feelings.
我可以解釋俾你聽咧，其實咧上帝咧唔係一個感覺嘅一個上帝嚟。
God is not necessarily a feel good, make you feel, or you feel the presence of God, something like that.
未必一定係要你咧感覺到佢嘅存在咧，呢個神先係我哋所要去敬拜嘅神。呢個未必係你經常用我哋個感覺去感覺上帝。
Feelings up and down, come and go.
感覺好多時咧都好飄忽嘅，有時好澎湃，亦都有時好低昂。咁你喺邊個階段你去感覺神咧？你真係呢個要好小心。
Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and life.
聖經裏邊講到清楚啦，上帝就係我就是道路、真理、生命。
He never said, I am feeling.
冇講過上帝就係一種感覺嚟。
But there is so much of emphasis on feeling. You need to
但係呢
feel
個
it.
年代其實好多都係講我哋個人嘅感
This is
覺。
very dangerous.
呢個咧非常之危險啊！呢
Yesterday I said, as soon as I saw my wife, I had super high feeling.
如果我見到我嘅老婆咧，我有一種好超自然嘅感覺對佢。
You remember, I also said one thing. It's very dangerous.
我亦都要話嘅，如果係咁嘅時候咧，我就要提醒自己好危險嘅。
Because you cannot just follow your feeling.
你唔可以咧去用你個感覺去做事去行事嘅。
Some people have feeling for someone else's wife.
有啲人咧對人哋嘅老婆有感覺嘅時候，咁啊出事啦，咁啊好大件事啊。
And some people they are married, start having feeling for someone else.
就算佢哋結咗婚咧，佢哋都會同其他人咧有一種出軌嘅感覺咧，咁就真係非常之嚴重
And
嘅事
divorce
情。
their own wife or husband and go after another one.
因為佢哋自己嘅太太或者配偶咧，就係去追求另外一個嘅人，咁佢哋就有呢個感覺出現咧，就係非常之錯啦。
So this eros is making people have emphasis on romantic feeling, emphasis on slave of love, struck by love mentality.
亦都係咧，另外一種咧就係我哋為愛而死，為愛而做奴隸一種感覺，呢種咧係非常之好危險啊！喺呢個心理喺呢個生理上，你咁諗法咧就出事啦。
Recently, one of my students he wrote a reflection.
有一個學生咧喺度咧就去反映翻佢自己對一啲嘅感覺嘅時候。
And he was talking about another of his friend posted something on Facebook.
佢有個另一個朋友咧就喺個 Facebook 裏邊咧寫咗一啲佢哋自己嘅嘢。
He posted a picture of his girlfriend and he said to her, "I will be your slave forever."
咁咧佢又即係喺個 Facebook 度咧就將嗰個女朋友嗰張相咧就掟出嚟，跟住咧就話我會做你個奴隸，永遠做你個奴隸，向住呢張相咧就講呢句咁嘅説話。
Some girls having princess mentality, some boys having the king prince mentality.
有啲女士咧都可能女仔會覺得咧個男朋友或者個另一半咧就好似一個皇帝咁樣去仰慕佢，佢就好似一個王子咁去仰慕佢，咁有啲咁嘅情況出現。
Like boys, I can make anyone fall in love with me.
你啲男人咧就好自豪，因為自己咧，我任何人咧我都覺得可以令我咧同佢相愛嘅，我可以令佢愛我嘅。
Emphasis on physical beauty, the pride of life, eros, the demon, dominating the minds of people.
呢個咧就係 eros 一個好危險嘅地方，就係對一個身體或者呢個外表上咧去沉迷嘅一種嘅愛咧，就係非常之危險。
Emphasis on serving self. Now, this is a new term, self-feel love.
咁亦都係一種咧，就係一種自我去愛，或者係一種好似自拍愛嘅一種嘅感覺，一種新嘅感覺。
All of that equals to hatred for serving others. You don't want to serve others.
就係因為你有以上呢三種嘅歪念嘅一種唔正確嘅愛咧，你就對阿加皮一種無私嘅愛咧係有一種抗拒嘅感覺或者憎恨嘅感覺。
You hate if anyone tries to explain something. Hatred of reasonable love. You don't want someone to explain anything to you or tell you why we might be doing something wrong.
我唔單止唔想去有呢種愛，佢有人去講呢種愛咧，我都唔想去聽，亦都唔想去接受呢種更加有合理嘅愛，佢哋覺得好抗拒。
Hatred of responsible love.
更加唔想成為一個有責任嘅愛啊，去延長個關係，呢個佢哋都唔想。
You want to love without any responsibility.
最好咧就完全不負責任嘅愛咧就最合佢哋啦。
Just focus on pleasure.
淨係咧我一種慾念嘅愛咧就啱晒啦。
That is dangerous. Eros love is actually in danger of idolatrous love. It's idolatry.
其實咧 Eros 嘅愛咧，其實最危險嘅情況咧，就係一種盲目嘅愛，一種咧好似偶像式嘅愛去愛。
Recently in India there was a very big controversy among Christians.
但喺印度裏邊咧有一個基督教裏邊咧有一種好大嘅一個爭議嘅事發生過。
So very famous worshipper.
有一個好出名嘅敬拜者啦。
He took some secular romantic song.
佢咧用咗好多嗰啲愛嘅講羅曼蒂克嘅愛嘅歌啊。
Worldly romantic song.
真係好浪漫、好羅曼蒂克嘅愛嘅。
I'm using it to worship Jesus.
我就用呢啲羅曼蒂克嘅愛嘅將我咧去敬拜我嘅耶穌，敬拜我上帝。
Perfectly fit Jesus.
呢啲愛嘅感覺咧就最啱咧就去敬拜讚美我哋嘅主。
And many Christians were very angry.
所有其他嘅基督徒聽到之後咧就好生氣啊，覺得好唔應該係用呢個咁嘅心態。
But look at some of these romantic songs.
你睇下呢啲咁樣嘅羅曼蒂克，呢啲咁樣嘅現代嘅愛嘅歌。
You're the breath of my life.
你咧就係我人生要呼吸嘅一個對象，我要有一種有一啖氣咧，我都要為你去呼吸。
You are in every thought of me, in every cell of my body.
你每個細胞你就係喺我身體裏邊咧，成為我嘅每一樣嘅一個維繫啊。
And in those songs, they are worshiping their lover.
呢個咧愛咧就係用呢啲咁嘅現代嘅愛嘅歌咧去崇揚我哋嘅另一半。
So this Christian philosopher wrote this book, The Meanings of Love.
呢個咧學者咧就寫咗一本書咧，喺1997年咧就係乜嘢叫做愛啦？
He said, Romantic love actually, read from here, involves a commitment that should apply only to
有
God,
燈啦。
but is directed instead to one's beloved. From a Christian point of view, it is a kind of idolatry, a perversion of Christian love.
咁呢度有好寫到點樣形容呢個崇拜者嘅愛咧？其實呢度用一個解釋咗俾你大家睇嘅，就係咧，如果我哋淨係單去用一個咁樣嘅愛去做我哋用形容嘅愛咧，就呢個咧解釋咗咧，就唔係真正嘅基督嘅愛嘅。
Not the sexual part, but the fantasy part, the ideal part, the perfect part.
咁唔係淨係有一種情慾上嘅愛，係有一種咧，真係有一種完全去委身嘅愛咧。就呢度咧就會解釋到俾你聽嗰個咩叫做偶像式嘅愛。
That's why few days into the marriage, few weeks into the marriage, many couples are having a lot of heartbreak.
所以咧有好多婚姻咧，唔單止咧就好短日子啦，好幾日啦，好幾個禮拜之後咧，就已經咧對嗰個婚姻咧好大嘅失望。
Because all of a sudden they realize in marriage you don't actually need this one, you need this one.
所以咧佢哋知道咧，跟住知道咧，原來佢哋真正嘅愛嘅婚姻咧係唔需要頭嗰三樣嘅愛，係應該要好似亞加皮嘅愛咧去愛對方。
Bible says, let's read some verses. 2 Timothy 3:2-5. Men shall be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, so many things. Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God.
咁呢度咧有呢個聖經裏邊喺提摩太後書3章2至5節咧講呢個點樣嘅真正神嘅一個方，就唔係用個 erotic， 即係講咗個慾念嘅愛。咁呢度咧3節4節嘅聖經咧都係講到咧，即係我哋應該係用一個咁樣嘅委身嘅愛啦，就唔係用嗰種用一種情慾上或者地上所愛嘅愛。我哋應該係有一個咧，唔會有一個咧真係自己嘅感覺，而係我哋真正咧去愛對方嘅時候咧，就好似第5節講咧，就要有一個咧好對神有一種，好似對神有一種嘅完全嘅方去愛佢。
This is a sign of the last days.
呢個咧就係好清晰咧，又講到呢個上帝俾我哋嘅學習嘅愛。
末日嘅時間，末後時。
I should get my Bible.
Here is one Bible.
OK，yes， 係啦，即係末世嘅時間咧，就依家講到提摩太後書呢度講到個狀況，依家就係咁樣啦嚇。
Okay, we look at a few more verses and then we'll close. 2 Peter 2:1-14. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 14.
彼得後書2章14節。
Now this is important. Pastor Peter is going to talk about finding a helper suitable.
Yeah.
But if your eyes are blind, how can you find?
Yeah,
Your
right.
eyes are full of something else.
呢個就係好似Pastor Peter 講啦，如果我哋眼睛咧即係睇唔見嘅，我哋點能夠係揾到我哋嘅合適嘅伴侶咧？咁樣嚇。彼得後書2章14。
第二章14節他們滿眼是淫色，不知不覺犯罪，引誘那心不堅固的人，心中習慣了貪婪，就是被咒詛的種類。
The eyes are full of adultery.
佢哋眼裏邊咧滿有呢個淫亂嘅一個思維。
And their hearts trained in greed.
佢個心裏邊咧係有一個貪婪嘅一個思維。
Where are they getting this training from?
點解佢個心會被訓練到有一種咁貪婪嘅心咧
Ask this question.
咁你自己問下呢個問題。
Your heart is getting its training from whom?
你個心係用啲乜嘢去令到自己咧改變，或者令到自己咧思維係唔同咗咧
Who has been teaching your heart?
邊個喺度教緊你個心諗啲乜嘢
Bible says faith comes by hearing.
信心咧就要由聽嗰度開始嘅由。
What have you've been watching? What have you been listening
你
to.
喺你嘅一生裏邊或者你嘅人生你到而家，你聽緊啲乜嘢？你睇緊啲乜嘢？
You go to some places, the people in this place are so hard, so rough. You go to some places, these people here are so corrupt, always cheating people. You cannot trust these. Go to some place, these people here are very hospitable. They take good care. No, people in different places have different characteristics. Where do they learn these things from?
每一種地方都有唔同嘅人喎，有啲地方嘅人咧就好壞嘅，好思維咧好差嘅；有啲地方嘅人咧就對你咧態度又好唔好嘅。咁但係有啲地方嘅人咧就對你好好喎，你覺得又好舒服喎。咁佢哋點解會有唔同嘅思維、唔同諗法、唔同嘅行為咧？
Pastor yesterday was sharing, they're looking, is she really very beautiful? Has a good form?
同埋咧話呢個彼得牧師都講啦，佢係咪哇呢個係好吸引我喎？佢真係身形又好好喎，係咪好吸引你咧？
Is he coming by car?
佢嚟嘅時候係咪有一架好靚嘅車嚟接我咧？
This doesn't come automatically. Your heart has been trained.
呢樣嘢咧，你唔會突然間出現嘅。你個心咧係被呢啲嘢咧一路污染住，或者一路咧去訓練到你哋咧好貪婪。
We need to look into our heart first.
我哋首先要睇下你個心落邊啲乜嘢。
Don't blame God.
唔好去首先去埋怨上帝先。
God has a plan for every one of our lives.
其實我哋每一個人咧，上帝都以一個獨特嘅生命嘅計劃俾咗我哋。
But God gives according to our need, not according to our greed.
其實上帝要俾我哋呢個計劃咧，就喺我哋嘅需要裏邊咧去施予過俾我哋，唔係我哋嘅貪婪嘅，因為我哋貪婪俾我哋。
Okay, so 2 Corinthians chapter 6.
喺呢個哥林多後書6章10。
Let's only look at
6章
verse
17節。
verse 17.
喺第17節裏邊講啦。
God says, "Come out from them and be separate."
上帝喺17節度講咧，你哋要離開出嚟，你要分別為善嘅行出嚟。
Don't be like the world.
唔好喺個世界同世界同一個思維，同一個思想。
Now this is important. The world says love is blind. Bible says love is not blind. Lust is blind.
咁咧呢個世界就話咧愛咧係盲目嘅，但其實咧呢個係錯嘅，呢個應該聖經裏邊講得清楚咧，love 或者我哋嘅愛咧唔係盲目嘅，但係咧呢個淫亂嘅事咧係。
Lust will blind you, lust will bind you, lust will enslave you.
呢個淫亂嘅事咧會令到我哋盲目啦，令到我哋咧捆綁啦，令到我哋咧就受到佢哋成為佢嘅奴僕一樣。
A big example is this guy, Samson.
就係喺聖經裏邊有好出名嘅一個叫Samson 嘅一個故事啦。參孫一個故事啦，一個曾經好大力嘅人。
That guy was in trouble because of a woman.
就係因為佢對呢個女人犯咗奸淫嘅時候咧，佢嘅能力就冇晒啦。
She was beautiful but godless.
佢雖然呢個女人係好靚嘅，但係咧佢對完全冇神嘅呢個女士。
And he did not go after her because she was a godly woman, but he went after her because she was a beautiful woman. 當時參孫咧，佢去追求去仰望呢個女人，唔係因為佢係一個愛神嘅女士，反而佢係一個咧好靚、好吸引佢外表嘅一個女士。He was a man. He was an anointed man of God. 佢係一個上帝嘅僕人，神去祝福佢，恩膏佢，令佢有一個好大嘅神力嘅人。All the enemies of God were scared of this. 所有佢呢咁嘅神力咧，可以咧抵抗所有撒旦魔鬼或者啲敵人咧，因為佢自己嘅能力好大。But lust destroyed him. 但係咧呢個奸淫亂嘅思維或者呢件事咧，令到參孫咧就失敗咗啦。Now look at this. The works of flesh evident: adultery, fornication. 呢度好清楚講呢個。Number one of the list. 喺呢個有呢個事上咧，就係講得清楚，呢啲就會令到人咧會敗壞、失去淫亂同埋不潔。The first of the flesh sins are sexual sins. 好清楚，第一個令到人去跌倒嘅就係一個肉體上嘅一個嘅罪。And hatred, not love, hatred. 唔係因為愛係因為一種憎恨嘅時候咧，就會令到人咧犯罪。Now the seeds of hatred in marriage, if there are hatred, husband hating his wife, wife start hating her husband, and they hating their children, it's because of lust. 咁喺婚姻裏邊咧，丈夫同太太有一種
好憎恨嘅關係，或者一種大家對抗嘅關係，對仔女都係。其實個原因個因由咧就係因為一個 lust 個淫亂嘅事咧發生咗喺呢個婚姻裏邊。
Galatians 5:22 about love says the fruit of spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, we need to memorize this.
咁呢個係聖靈嘅果子啦，喺呢個加拉太書5章22節有一路講到好屬靈嘅果子，一路有好多種果子，我哋要記得神嘅愛係俾我哋有咩嘅果子喺裏邊。
1 John 2:11 He who hates his brother is in the darkness and walks in darkness, does not know where he is going. Listen carefully. The darkness has blinded his eyes.
咁約翰一書呢個2章11節都係咁講啦。呢個弟兄去憎恨佢自己嘅弟兄咧，喺呢個黑暗嘅裏邊，佢行喺黑暗嘅裏邊，佢根本都唔知自己去做緊乜嘢，因為佢喺黑暗裏邊咧，令到佢隻眼咧係盲目咗啦。
So love is not blind. Love is full of light.
我哋真嘅愛咧係有真光嘅，唔會令到我哋咧盲目嘅。
So marital love is not based on eros, but on phileo and agape.
所以真正嘅婚姻嘅愛咧，唔係喺呢個 eros 嘅愛裏邊嘅，係喺呢個 phileo 同埋 agape 嘅愛當中。
Let's go very quickly now. Friendship love, Christ-like love.
所以咧就係可以用我哋可以解釋為咧真正嘅友誼嘅愛同埋上帝嘅愛。
And what is friendship agape?
呢個係咩叫友誼嘅真正嘅愛咧？agape 嘅愛咧？
You give equal value. Jesus said, greater love, agape, has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friend, his philes.
約翰福音15章13節講得好咗樣，冇一個愛咧大一個咧為我哋嘅身邊嘅人犧牲嘅愛，咁呢個就係上帝所講嘅agape嘅愛啦。
Your friend is as important to you as your own life.
你對朋友嘅愛咧就好似愛自己一樣咁愛咧，呢個就係一個好高嘅愛。
When that other person is as important to you as yourself, you have that person as your friend.
如果你愛人，好似愛自己一樣嘅話咧，呢個就真係你個朋友啦，愛人如己啦。
Not because physically beautiful, but because that person is made in the image of God.
唔係因為佢有咩外表或者有咩吸引你，就因為佢係上帝嘅形象所做嘅人，所以你就去愛佢，就係咁樣咁簡單。
Friendship love.
上
Jesus
帝
said,
呢個朋友嘅愛。
You are my friends if you do whatever I command you.
喺約翰福音15章14節講得好清楚啦，就係你係我嘅朋友啦。如果我講乜嘢，你都去服從、去跟隨嘅，你就係我嘅朋友啦。
This princess, she failed to do what God told her to do because she could not trust God. She was not being a true friend of God.
夏娃當年咧喺呢個伊甸園裏邊咧，就係冇聽隨上帝嘅話，上帝嘅旨意，佢咧就聽住呢個魔鬼嘅蛇咧，去引誘咗佢犯罪。
Friendship love.
呢個朋友嘅愛咧
Jesus says to his disciples, I don't call you servants, I call you friends, philos. For all things I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you.
咁喺約翰福音15章15節亦都好清楚咧，上帝同我哋講咧，我唔會再叫你成為我係我哋嘅僕人，其實我叫你咧成為我嘅朋友，所有我聽到父所教我嘅嘢，我都會話俾你聽。
Pastor Luther always says, there should not be any secret between husband and wife.
呢個我哋主任牧師成日都講咧，我哋夫妻咧就唔應該有秘密咧去隱藏住嘅，應該我哋好坦誠啊去相處去生活。
She should be my best friend and I should be her best friend.
佢咧，我嘅太太應該成為我最好嘅朋友，我亦可以成為佢咧最好嘅朋友。
I should not keep some secrets from her.
我就唔應該咧收埋一啲佢唔應該知嘅秘密，呢個關係咧就唔健康嘅。
Because Jesus is saying very cold. It's very cold. Very cold.
Yes, sorry, OK。個掣我都唔知喺邊度。The key, OK。
Yeah, because Jesus never keep any secret.
因為咧，上帝從來咧都唔會去隱瞞任何嘅秘密嘅，對我哋好坦誠，將真理咧俾我哋。
It tells us everything.
每一樣嘢我哋想知嘅，上帝都會話俾我
Now,
哋。
again, look here. Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend.
呢個係箴言27章17節一樣啦，就係似好似磨刀一樣啦。我哋個朋友嗰種嘅感覺咧，就係我哋係好似刀咁利咁樣去磨好我哋嘅關係。
My wife is my best friend.
我個老婆就係我最好嘅朋友啦。
Amen。
She makes sure I'm sharp.
佢要咧令到我咧每時每刻都咁醒嘅。
She is very fast.
佢好快㗎，我老婆咧所有嘢都做得好快，好掂嘅。
I am slow, but now I'm faster.
我平時咧就好慢嘅，但因為而家有我老婆嘅督促咧，我而家快咗啲。
Iron sharpens iron.
所以咧就應該刀去磨你個
Which
刀。
means you can see equality.
呢個咧就係一個平等嘅關係嚟嘅，其實一種平等嘅
Now
關係。
listen carefully.
你要聽清楚呢樣嘢。
Those of you who are not yet married,
如果你哋當中未結婚嗰啲，
if you are iron, you should marry iron.
如果你係好硬淨嘅咧，你係鐵咧，你要揾件鐵咧去結婚。
If you are iron and you end up marrying wood, then that guy will get cut. That
如
girl
果
will
你係一個好鐵咁硬嘅嘢，你要結咗個你同另一半係一隻木咧，咁啊慘啊！俾你睇，肯定睇到，
right?
會睇輪傷啊！
should be able to look in each other's eyes.
我哋應該要咧對對方嘅眼目咧係相同嘅平等。
Not like this or like
我
that.
哋唔係咧耷低隻眼，或者係惡高嘅眼，係應該平等去望對方。
Now we are coming to your topic.
而家咧就好快到彼得牧師嘅。
Now here, now this one.
呢個喺箴言27章6章。
Proverbs 27:6.
喺27章6節。
That's friendship agape.
呢個就係真係亞加皮嘅愛啦。
Wounds from a sincere friend are better than many kisses from an enemy.
一個好真誠嘅朋友，就算係有傷害過你，咁總好過嘅係用親吻、用吻去你嘅敵人嘅吻。呢個就係一個比喻啦。即係如果呢個真正嘅朋友，就算傷害過你，你個敵人咧係好過你個敵人咧去親吻你。
Delilah was kissing Samson like anything.
當時咧就係
大利拉
就係咁樣啦，就出事啦，佢就係咁樣冇晒佢嘅實力啦。
But she was his enemy.
因為當時咧呢個錫佢嗰個人咧就係佢嗰個。
He thought she is the love of his life.
佢以為呢個係佢個愛人啊，佢一生最愛嘅人。
And she destroyed him.
就係咧呢個人咧就令到佢咧就
But
毀
if
滅咗
he's
佢
a true friend, may not kiss you all the time,
呢個真正嘅朋友有時未必一定係喺度拍你馬屁嘅，
but may scold you all the time.
但係有時咧佢都會講一啲愛心嘅誠實話
Like my wife
去改善
sometimes
我
scold
哋。
me.
好多時我太太就用呢樣嘢咧去提
I
醒
also
我。
sometimes scold her.
我有時都會發脾氣，我話佢㗎，我都大聲話佢。
This is important
呢個好重要啊！
because this is how we keep ourselves strong in the world, in the
所以
law.
因為咁嘅緣故咧，我哋兩個都可以喺呢個世界上咧會更加強壯咧，去面對世界嘅挑戰。
This is not because we hate each other,
唔係因為我哋去憎恨大家，
but we want each other to be right.
我哋要令到對方咧更加嘅去高超有能力咧去面對世界嘅挑戰。
But it's very painful sometimes.
有時咧都係會有啲痛楚嘅，俾一啲朋友嘅一啲傷害嘅時候，一啲
Modern people
説話。
don't want pain at all.
有啲而家個社會好唔中意聽到大家相愛嘅説話。
But if there is friendship agape,
如果係
there is
真
going to
正
be
上
pain.
帝嘅愛，
There's going to be pain.
呢個亞加皮嘅愛，有時都會係得到一啲傷害，令我哋成長。
And very important, Proverbs 17:17. A friend loves at all times.
呢個箴言17章17節都講，一個朋友去經常全時間愛你嘅。
Okay, I'll take just 3 more minutes.
用多3分鐘時間去解釋。
We'll a lot of stuff here, so let's see if you can finding your soulmate.
呢度咧，大家如果翻譯唔到咧，影低佢啦，好嘛？點樣揾你個靈魂伴侶？點樣揾你個靈魂伴侶咧？就第一樣嘢咧，就兩個男嘅女咧，就喺聖經裏邊講咧，就係應該係有年青嘅智慧，咁跟住咧就鼓勵你哋咧結婚啦，成為一個愛神嘅家庭啦，揾你哋嘅呢個上帝嘅人啊，或者係好重要嘅。唔係nothing wrong。如果我哋越早去禱告咧，係好正常。你都揾你個pastor 啦，或者你牧師啦，去開眼，開睇你嘅眼睛，去幫你手咧。 usually 咧就係話咧，你見到啲神人嘅或者啲人嘅時候咧，你就去用嗰個真情嘅心啦，唔係淨係去即係呢啲人咧係會出現嘅，咁咧就 exception 咧就係有時都唔係一定真嘅，所以咧我哋咧要唔好淨係睇外表啦，頭先講得好清楚咧，都唔好咧靠我哋叫唔係嗰種叫咩一見鍾情嘅愛咧係有時危險嘅，都唔應該用呢個咁嘅感覺啦。聖經裏面有講啦，咁就唔好淨係喺第5又話你有一個即係要有一個恩高嘅教導啦，就喺呢個叫做門徒。就唔好淨預言嗰啲咁嘅感覺啦，有時咧都會未必係真實嘅。咁都有時要聽到上帝嘅聲音啦，亦都要諗清楚究竟呢個係咪真正同上帝聯繫咗嘅聲音，定係你心裏邊自己想嘅聲音咧？嗱，呢個亦都要留意啦，因為有時呢啲聲音可能未必係真實嘅。咁要 remember 呢個 principle of friendship 啦，我哋你要開始嘅時候咧，大家要平等啦，要開放啦，信任啦。同埋咧就真係好頭先講，我哋冇嘢收埋嘅，對對方咧有一種真誠嘅感覺，就唔好咧就太過容易有如果冇 confirmation 嘅時候咧，冇上帝一啲嘅引證咧，就唔好確證咧呢個係上帝俾你嘅人啊，或者係咪真係上帝要揾嘅人啦？咁你要多少少嘅不同嘅 confirmation 啊，一啲嘅引證。咁睇下你有冇要最後就話你要係真係要有一個委身啦。呢個委身其實都要付出代價嘅，呢個所以我哋要計算呢個代價。我打個比方就係好似阿 Bruce 一樣，佢要揾咗印度嘅一個牧師去結婚，佢真要考慮佢要去印度生活嘅喎。咁呢個委身佢得唔得咧？咁其實就係大家要諗你自己各方面嘅性格啊，或者你自己嘅諗法，咁就一路落去咧就大致上啦。你認咗佢咧，再翻去用 Google Translate 咧，就好過我 Translate 得唔好嘅。
Thank you. Kevin 翻譯得好好啊，非常之好。Wow.
All right, so this is also important. Seek premarital counseling.
另外一個都好重要嘅嘢咧，就琴日都有人問呢個問題嘅，唔好淨係喺個愛裏邊就諗住愛。其實咧，我哋都需要喺教會嘅體系裏邊咧，有啲叫婚前輔導，係非常之有效，亦都有用，對兩個認識大家進入婚姻裏邊好重要嘅嘢。
Thank you.
OK。
Okay.